Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching The Last of Us. This is the final episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So I feel like it's gone really fast. You know, 9 episodes in. Really wish you could push it to 10 digits, but sometimes you don't want to push it too far when it's going good. Do you know what I mean? We've had 8 fantastic episodes. Not one of them has been terrible in my personal opinion. All been exciting, all been good storytelling. You know, if I could have one wish, it would be that there was more infected in the show, more clickers, you know what I mean, more chaos and fighting and action. But obviously the connection and the build up between obviously Ellie and Joel throughout the season I think's been really good. You could see obviously when they first kind of got together, there wasn't really no connection. They was kind of hostile towards each other, but as they progressed through it, you know, they've been through some sticky situations. You know, their connection has grown. I like the chemistry now, and you know, I can't wait to see obviously this final episode, that they make it to the location and what's actually going to happen. Now again, you know, we started last episode with Joel being injured. Ellie was out there. She was trying to search for some food for them. She shot a deer. She encountered 2 other people from another group, and you know, it turns out they had a bit of medicine. Ellie was like, look mate, you go get me some of that medicine, you can have half of this deer. And you know, so one of the guys went, and she was sat down and she's speaking to another. He was explaining that he had you know, he had 4 people that went out on a scouting mission, but only 3 of them returned. He was saying that, you know, the person that died, he had a kid, and she's no longer going to see her dad anymore. And they was told that he was ambushed by a man and a girl themselves. Now, he was saying, look, mate, you're a girl in front of us, and you've got an injured guy somewhere. We believe it's you. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be coming for you, which I thought was really interesting. They did come back with the medicine, and she actually took it and left a full day for them themselves. They brought it back to their camp before going out with a team the next day. You know, this give Ellie a bit of time to give Joel a bit of medicine before trying to obviously, like, hide him, kind of. Do you know what I mean? She pulled, like, a bookcase in front of the door, tried to buy him some time as she went off on a horse and tried to shoot a few bullets and cause a distraction before, obviously, the horse got shot and taken out, and Ellie kind of got captured herself. Joel kind of heard this. He heard somebody coming, you know, in the house trying to find him, and hidden. As the guy come downstairs, he jumped him, he stabbed him, took his weapon, obviously got his knife back, and went on the hunt for Ellie herself. Now, Ellie, you know, she's in a sticky situation. She's locked in a cage. These guys are trying to manipulate her. She's seeing that they're cannibals as well. You know, the main leader of their camp was really weird. And, you know, Ellie read the situation. She attacked him. They dragged her out. She managed to grab a knife, stab one of them before running off into, like, an enclosed space. She threw, like, a hot log, and it hit a curtain and started setting the building on fire. He's gone after her, you know, chasing. She's come out. She stabbed him in the side a few times before he's pinned her down onto the floor. I thought Joel was going to come in and save the day, but no, Ellie managed to do it herself. She managed to flip him, and honestly, she stabbed him so many times. But the guy deserved it. He was a proper creep. Before she ran outside panicking before running into the arms of Joel, which I thought was really good because I liked their embrace before they ended up walking off in the snow. So, I mean, it's been a crazy few episodes, really hectic. I know I've been saying about, you know, I would like a bit more of the infected, but it doesn't mean that there's not been action. There has been, and it's been good as well. So I'm excited to see what the final episode has in store for us today. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into the finale of the first season of The Last of Us. I think it's interesting how we started the episode with this woman pregnant and not Joel and Ellie. How many's coming? She sounds like Ellie. Oh wow, what a way to give birth. She's give birth though. Ellie's mum. I mean, it sounded like Ellie's breathing, it did, man. I wonder if that's how you become immune to it. You know, if you was born inside, you know what I mean, inside of somebody when they get bitten. It was a pretty good start, to be honest. It was intense, wasn't it? The thing is, right, I've got to say that each time, there's been a few times in this where you've seen them fighting and then they've been bitten, and then I didn't see the bite, and I would love to, I'm not going to go back, but like, I'd love to just go back and watch that little encounter again and see if there was any way that you know, that infected bit her leg. Because when he was fighting in the mall, you know, I didn't really see I didn't see Riley get bitten in the hand. I didn't see Ellie get bitten in the arm. Do you know what I mean? And again, here, she got bitten in the leg. But the whole encounter was, it just come running into the room, crawled right up to her and was right into her face. And then, obviously, she was shaking here and there. She got it and stabbed it. I don't know where it would have bit her on the leg, but it obviously told the story of Ellie, how she was born. And maybe, you know what I mean, like, it bit her as the baby was still inside of her, and then she killed it and pushed Ellie out. And I don't know, mate, you know, maybe some of that has gone inside of her and her body's been able to fight against it because it's not got all of it in. Maybe that's a way that you can become immune.
It's not your fault. We were delayed getting out of the zone. She's hungry. I cut it before I was bit.
I was gonna say that's a lie, but
Take her with you. Her name is Ellie. How long have we known each other? You pick her up right now, and then you kill me.
is that Marlene? I can't remember what she looks like now.
I can't kill you. No, please. Marlene!
It was Marlene. I couldn't remember what she looked like, but I thought it was her. That's why Marlene didn't let her go with, obviously, her then. That was an interesting start, to be fair. It makes sense why Marlene didn't want Riley to go and take Ellie with her, because she obviously knows the story.
Have you ever played this? Boggle? It's a word game. If you want to beat me at something, it would be this. They had a guitar in that RV. It's all smashed up, but got me thinking, maybe I should find one. I haven't played in forever. I was thinking maybe I could teach you.
That'd be great.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
Cut through that building to get around that stuff, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
This time I was thinking we blast our way through that rubble. I found some dynamite in that RV back there.
Really?
No, so we're gonna cut through that building, find a skyscraper, go up and look around. If I get you up there, you can drop that ladder down. Maybe we go through that way. You okay? Just you kind of seem extra quiet today. Did you hear what I...
Yeah. Boost.
You got it? Damn it, Ellie!
What's she seeing? Oh, it's a giraffe. Oh yeah, do you remember?
Can you hurry up? Come on.
How random is that though, innit? It's proper random. Like, how's it not dead?
Hey there.
It's loving it. Look at it. Yo, there's loads of it, mate. Look at it.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Got its ups and downs.
Maybe there's nothing bad out there, but so far there's always been something bad out there. I'm only saying there's risk. We don't have to do this.
What do you mean? What else are we supposed to do?
Nothing. We just go back to Tommy's. We forget about the whole damn thing.
Everything I've done. It can't be for nothing. And when we're done, we'll go wherever you want.
See, in that aspect, I can see both sides of the fence. Do you know what I mean? Joel's trying to say, look, mate, we don't know what's out there, but every time that we're venturing out, we always seem to get into some sort of chaos. Do you know what I mean? That's going to happen because he's survivalists, and do you know what I mean? They see you, you're a threat, they try and take you out. He's like, look, mate, you know, if you want to stay safe, I'm not pushing you to go. It's you know, it's your choice, but we can always go back and live safe in the community that Tommy's got. Do you know what I mean? Her perspective, so that's Joel being safe, do you know what I mean? He's giving her the options, he's not forcing her. But like her side of it, she's like, look, mate, we've come so far. We've killed so many people. We've been in all these crazy situations. Our lives have been on the line numerous times. You nearly died a couple of days ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's not forget the journey that we've been on to get to this location. We need to see it through. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to get there. We need to make it. We've come so far. We're out at the finish line. We could see it. Well, not technically, but do you know what I mean? You could see the finish line. Let's go there and see if it's all been worthwhile. Because taking all them people out, all the deaths, all the craziness, all the fights, all the people that you've encountered before this, you know, if at the end you get the cure, it's all been worth it. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need to make sure you go there and find out and not let it go to waste.
Is this a Fedra thing?
No. Army. They put these places up all around. They had me in one just like this.
So what was wrong with you?
Just for this.
The guy who shot and missed. Well, I gotta hand it to the army people. They were way better at stitching you up than I was.
It was me. Sarah died, and I couldn't see the point anymore. I couldn't have been more ready. Went to pull the trigger, I flinched. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this
I
is...
know why you're telling me all this. So time heals all wounds, I guess.
It wasn't time that did it.
That was a nice answer, that. That was a nice answer, mate.
We should probably get going.
Yeah, that's a 3 out of 10.
Oh, there's guys behind him.
I'll give
2 of
it
them.
5 out of 10.
Flashbang.
Ellie!
You know, if you seen a man and a girl walking, I would assume they're dad and daughter. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, we know they're not, but you would assume that if you seen them from afar. And like, I don't know, I wouldn't think that they was a threat, but I would be wary of them. I wouldn't approach them with an attack like that because straight away you look like the bad people. Do you know what I mean? But I would have, you know, I would approach things differently because trying to see people's true intentions, if you attack them like that, do you know what I mean? It's not the best way to make a first appearance. But there's that logo all over, so they kind of know what they're dealing with.
You got hit pretty hard.
Marlene's there, finally.
Where's Ellie?
She wasn't hurt.
She felt like hell to get here.
She would have been dead on day 1. You are the one person I never wanted to be in debt to. Our doctor, he thinks that the cordyceps in Ellie has grown with her since birth.
Why is she in surgery?
It produces a kind of chemical messenger. He's going to remove it from her, multiply the cells in a lab, and then we can give it to everyone.
Cordyceps grows inside the brain.
Pain.
No, you take me to her. You take me to her right now!
I was there when she was born. I promised her mother that I would save her child. I promised. So I do understand. Walking out to the highway, leave him there with his pack.
I don't understand why they would release him. Like, it's just a rookie move that you would keep him locked up until the procedure's done. It just makes sense.
I didn't hear anyone say stop.
Which way?
Down the stairs. The fuck are you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Fuck you. I don't have time for this.
Innit? Wrong answer. Take his weapon. Full on rampage, innit, mate? How many people has he killed to get through here?
Unhook her.
How did you get in here?
I said unhook her.
I won't let you take her.
Innit?
Unhook her. Turn around.
What did that doctor think he was going to do? Like, actually beat him after he's fought his way all the way down?
Can't keep her safe forever. How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders?
Maybe, but it isn't for you to decide.
Or you. So what would she decide?
It's a good count of that, to be fair.
What?
It's all right. You're with me. The drugs are still wearing off. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. The doctors, they couldn't make any of it work. They've stopped looking for a cure. Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there.
Are people hurt?
Yes.
I like how he's been honest there, though.
Is Marlene okay?
I'm taking us home.
See, we didn't see if she died or not. We just heard that shot, didn't we? You'll just come looking. Of course. Of course, mate. Or he might have actually let her live, but no, it makes sense. It's like remove all loose ends. Is that what it is?
Well, she got us close enough. We gotta walk the rest of the way. You know, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time. I wouldn't say it was her favorite thing. She wasn't a fan of the mosquitoes and such.
It's good how he's opening up now.
The two of you are the same. Definitely different kids.
Also,
Well, she was a lot more, I want to say girly, and I'm not saying that you're not girly.
I'm not.
I think you would have made her laugh. Anyway, I bet you would have liked her back.
Back in Kansas City, you asked me about the first time I killed someone. When I got bit in the mall, I wasn't on my own. We didn't know what to do, and she says, you can just wait it out, be all poetic, and just lose our minds together. And then she did, and I had to. Her name was Riley.
You can feel like you've come to an end, and you don't know what to do next. But if you just keep going, you find something new to fight for.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
That's how it ended. Do you know what? You can't really blame it, is it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, though, I like how Marlene counteracted him. So he was saying that it's not right, you know, it should be her choice. Oh, did he even say that? No, what he actually said was, it's not right, you know. It's you're making the decisions for everybody, and you shouldn't be allowed to do that. And if she countered it by saying, yeah, but you shouldn't be able to do it as well, you know, it should be down to Ellie. And if she knew all the facts, do you reckon that she would agree to you, you know, removing her from this? Or do you reckon that she'd go through with it and possibly help save a cure for the whole entire world? You know what I mean? Like, that was a good counter, because Joel was trying to blame her, and then she blamed Joel, and then it was pretty decent. It made total sense. But if you look at what Joel's done, he's eliminated every single person that knows that he was in that location, and nobody else will know the truth. Do you know what I mean? He didn't leave Marlene alive so that she could possibly search and find Ellie again in the future. Do you know what I mean? She could go back to the Fireflies. She can squad up. She is the person in charge, and she can obviously get people to search the locations, put the names out. Heard any of, you know, the names of Joel and Ellie anywhere? Yeah, we know where they are. We're coming after you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's essential. Now, again, like I said, he was smart and he killed her. But the interesting thing is, they failed, them Fireflies. It was, to me, it's stupid. Why would you let Joel go away? Basically, the only way you can kind of do a comparison to make it just make sense is a father and daughter together. You know, they come in, they take the daughter away. They're like, look, mate, you know, your daughter's going to help save the world, but we're going to have to kill her. Now, take him over there, you know, give him his bag and let him go back home. Well, that's just not going to happen, is it? Because, you know, everybody knows that as soon as you let the dad free, he's going to return back to try and fight and get his daughter back. And it's just literally the same outcome here. You know, Joel was a transporter, whatever you want to call it. He was delivering the package, but they found a connection. They was telling him, look, mate, you know, Ellie, yeah, she could possibly save the world. It's not factually, possibly. You know, we have pretty decent... you know, evidence to show that it could possibly work, but it's not 100% factual. But to do this, we do have to actually kill her. So, you know, we're going to do it anyway. You haven't got a choice about it. But what we're going to let you do is go free. So here's your stuff. Here's Ellie's knife. See you later. Well, that's just not going to go down well, is it? Because as you've seen, Joel didn't, you know, he didn't even make it to the bridge. He attacked on the way out and obviously come back and killed everybody. The smart and, you know, most logical thing to do would be to keep Joel imprisoned until you do the procedure, and then obviously say to him, look, mate, it's been successful or whatever's, now you can go. But at the end of the day, he's always going to retaliate, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like, what you'd have to do is knock him out, take him somewhere and throw him out, and then hope that he doesn't come back. But here, you see him come in, he took everybody out. His shots was decent, he did smoke everyone, he killed Marlene as well, double tap, you know what I mean? It's like Zombieland, as they say. Shoot them as they're down, go over, finish the kill, boom, second bullet. So, Marlene's gone now. All them Fireflies are as well. Nobody knows that Joel's been there. Well, to be honest, the 3 doctors, he left the 3 nurses or something, didn't he? In there. Now, they could possibly say something, but Joel, you know, what he was saying to Ellie, I would have told a different story, me. He said that, look, they had loads of them. You know, there was loads of kids like you, they've been running tests on everybody. You know, it's not really worked, and the, you know, they've decided to stop looking for a cure now. I wouldn't personally believe that. I mean, I would, if I asked him, just like point blank on that cliff there, said, look, mate, you're telling the truth, and he said, yeah, I would believe him. But the story that he gave, it wasn't the best. I would have said, look, you know, they give you some drugs, they put you to sleep, took loads of your blood, you know what I mean? They got enough to run tests, they could duplicate it themselves, you know what I mean? They can use, you know, your samples to multiply everything that they need, and they can start running the diagnostics, and they can start implementing it into, obviously, trials, you know. And you've been there, you serve your purpose, they've extracted it, you got that little stitching thing on your arm there where they've had it in you, and there's no drama. You serve your purpose, you've been here, they got what they needed, and now you're free to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been much easier. But he told her, like, literally everybody died, everybody was shot and all that. It was chaos and raiders come, and like, you know, he's building like this little story, and it gets it a bit more harder to believe than like kind of like, you know, telling it was all well. He actually told it was all negative, didn't he? So, you know, it's interesting how that ended. I can't wait for season 2, honestly. I thought it was a good episode again. It was like slow, but fit perfectly to how the game went, and it makes total sense in how it obviously panned out and how they finished. And like I said, now the biggest thing is, how do they address season 2? That is the main thing. I mean, I don't know if they could do it in one whole season, don't know if they're gonna have to split it into multiple, but then are they going to stick with that storyline? Because you've seen, mate, in other shows, when you make a decision and take somebody out, can have massive repercussions. Okay, so that wraps up today's episode and wraps up the whole season, to be honest. You know, did you enjoy it? I really did, to be honest. Well, it's been solid, honestly. A really, really solid episode. And do you know what, right? The ratings have been crazy. You know, I've seen some reports saying that it actually got more viewership than House of the Dragon, which is madness, because obviously this show's really, really good, and that one's fantastic as well, but that's also coming off the back of one of the greatest shows of all time in Game of Thrones, and already had an established following. So it just shows how big games actually are. Do you know what I mean? Like, people underestimate the power of a game. Now, obviously, like, people who don't play games and PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that just see it as nerdy and stuff like that. They do. Let's be honest, they do. Now, I don't. I love it. I don't understand why they don't use these kind of big games and big names to do more stuff like this. Like, creating a Grand Theft Auto show. Or, like, they've just realised now that Mario, you know, they're making a movie out of it. And, like, I personally think it's just going to be instant hit. Sonic has done it as well. It's like all these things have already got massive followings. They've been around for 20 years. Do you know what I'm saying? 20, 30 years. Got big people supporting it already. That, like, transitioning it over into, like, a series or a movie, that just makes total sense. And I feel like they've absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. I mean, the makeup's been really, really good. The locations, the scenery, staying true to the game, I thought has been fantastic as well. You know, all the scenarios, the visuals, you know, with the giraffe there, and obviously them walking off, and the greenery. Do you know what I mean? The buildings being decayed and like emptied, and the hospitals, and like the cars, and just like running into different people and scenarios, and the weapons and stuff like that. It just works out, you know, like perfect. And like the first opening scene in the show was fantastic as well, in terms of how, like, the, you know, the planes are coming down and the cars are crashing, and obviously he's running with his daughter and she's been shot, Sarah, do you know what I mean? And then moving into it. I feel like they stayed true to the game, whilst also like giving it its own personality, if that makes sense. And I really enjoyed everything that they've done. I thought the casting's been great, to be honest. You know, at first when this was released, you know, the Ellie and Joel, obviously when they was shown to be obviously these two, I would say the internet didn't really take it too well, to be honest. It wasn't too happy about it, but like, they've just shown that obviously it's not all about the looks of the people, it's about how the characters portray the roles and like what they give to it. And I feel like these have been fantastic. I feel like the chemistry's been amazing, and like I said, mate, the connection and the build up between them, obviously in the first few episodes compared to the last ones, has been like so good. And like I said, that's why I'm excited to see obviously the next season, who's introduced as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, who they're going to cast as Abby, that's the one thing as well that I'm you know, really excited to see. And I just think that the show has done a really good job of obviously staying true and keeping it fun and exciting. And I also think that the filler episodes have been really good as well. You know, we had the one where we had Nick Offerman and obviously the guy that they ended up getting together, you know, that one there in the smaller community that they had, and obviously their progression of life, and they had Tess and Joel come over and meet them and stuff like that. That one was a good filler episode, to be honest. It wasn't like anything massively in terms of the story in the game, but in terms of like the show and being entertaining, I thought it was really, really good storytelling. And as well, we had the Riley one, obviously with Ellie as well, which I also really, really enjoyed. I thought it was a great episode. Just, I don't know, it was good to see. It made Ellie smile. It was good to see her seen in different scenarios and situations and experiencing new things. Obviously, being a kid and being brought up in like this type of world, you wouldn't experience like the mall and the carousel and the photo booth and, you know, music and dancing and everything like that. So it's good to see them free. And obviously, we did see them get bit. And I was saying that there's been a couple of episodes where they kind of ended it openly, where, you know, I would like to see how it was addressed. Like, the prime example was obviously Riley and Ellie one, where he got bitten and he was deteriorating, and I would like to see obviously Ellie reacting in the way where a friend was dying and transitioning, and she was obviously staying like sane and normal. And we didn't get that, but we got an explanation here today, which was really good. I appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? She ended up saying basically she was like the first person that she killed. It was Riley, and obviously like they did wait it out, and she was the first person to start turning over. And then obviously like she was going over about Sam and obviously Tess and stuff like that. But that was good how we kind of drawn a line underneath that one. I was saying again last episode when she burned down that like village or whatever and killed that guy, there was quite a few people around in that community, and nobody actually come out and addressed that there was a fight in a burning building going on. And I wondered if Dave was going to come back and do something. I also would have liked to see how it obviously got from, like, we got a decent story from the start of the episode, to be honest, to see how Ellie was born and kind of got kind of like immune, so to speak, with obviously her mum running away from that, obviously the infected, and she was fighting it and she killed it, but she got bit and she cut the cord. Do you know what I mean? And then I was saying that maybe it's obviously like it's got inside of Ellie, and she's like her body's kind of like fought it the whole time. That's why she hasn't got infected. And obviously Marlene's come in and killed her and took her. But then how did we get obviously to the situation where they currently are in, obviously now, where Ellie was tied up on a radiator? That's what I would like to know, because Ellie wasn't part of the Fireflies, was she? She was the other people, and she was snuck out with Riley, who joined the Fireflies, and Marlene. And then obviously we didn't see that segment between obviously Riley dying and obviously Marlene getting Ellie, seeing that she was bitten, and then tying her up before handing her over to Joel. I would have liked to see that a little bit as well, but you know, the whole season as a whole has been great. I really liked it. I thought the costume design, the acting, the scenery, the whole story's been pinpoint perfect, and you know, I can't wait to see, obviously, like I said, what they do for the second season. Hopefully I don't have to wait too long, like 1 or 2 years. I want it to be quick, fast release. Let's go next year. And yeah, thanks for checking out today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the full series. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.